Rowan Atkinson has been Mr. Bean for over 30 years. Silent, clumsy, never says much. But hand him a microphone off camera and something completely different shows up. These are his funniest moments.
One doesn't like to be labelled a face puller because you feel as though if you have got a face that, that malleable and can go like that, you can twist around. That you feel that people are going to assume that you're just, that's all you can do, and if in doubt, go,
Most people have no idea how Mr. Bean was actually created.
Where did Mr. Bean come from?
I don't know, really. He came actually from the fact that Richard Curtis and I were once sitting in a rehearsal room trying to think up sketches to do in the comedy reviews that we used to do in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
And Richard and I always wanted to do visual comedy because I'd been very inspired by a French comedian in particular called Jacques Tati. And I thought, and Richard said, well, why don't we just do a sketch about a man who can't stay awake? So that was the starting point, and which actually eventually turned into a sketch set in a church, which was in the very first Mr. Bean when he can't. And then we did it again actually in a comic relief thing that we saw a little clip of there. So it started just from a situation and how I would react as a performer when presented with the acting job, if you like, of making a man trying to stay awake when, but he's desperate to fall asleep. Yeah. So that's where it started, really.
Mr. Bean needed a name before he needed a face, and getting there took longer than you'd think.
Where did Mr. Bean, the name come from, though? I mean, it's a lovely name, it's an inspiration.
It's just nice and short and sharp and memorable, and we started with Mr. White. I don't know, we were sitting around, I remember, at our producer's house one day and trying to think of a name, and we started with Mr. White. I like the idea of the series being named after the character, and he was obviously Mr. So Mr. White, but that sounded a bit bland, and then we started to think about vegetables and
as you do,
when looking for a comic attitude. So Mr. Broccoli and Mr. Carrot and Mr. Cabbage and Mr. Bean. It's sort of single syllable and short and sharp and memorable.
Mr. Cabbage almost happened. Let that sink in for a second. Award shows demand one skill above all others: losing gracefully. Rowan built an entire sketch around how impossible never showed up to accept it. Someone still had to. Performing for royalty usually means doesn't always play the interviewer's target. Sometimes he's the one asking the questions. And this time, Elton John's his target. Where he doesn't speak the language, Mr. Bean still managed to make an interview memorable.
But then again, I found this one. I believe it's your diary, right?
That's my diary.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? It says here on page 1, if I have been silly enough to mislay this diary, please return it to Mr. Bean. And P.S., a £5 reward would certainly not be out of the question. You owe me £5 if you want it. No.
We're all sinful, in a way, aren't we?
Speak for yourself, Padre.
But we will all ultimately be rewarded in heaven, and I think
Hang about, let's get down to cases. I got this opening a tin of cat food yesterday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't even like the bloody mothy. When I opened its tin of kanga chunks and nearly cut my bloody finger off. Now, why?
God really can't be expected to watch over everyone who's opening a tin of cat food. I'd like to raise the level of this discussion and talk about St. Paul, who started out not...
How is it a man can stab his wife 80 times with a meat cleaver and not even get a crease in his trousers, while I nearly cut my bloody finger off trying to save the cat from starvation? While there are other lazy people sitting on their asses in front of the telly watching songs of praise, I should think.
Well, God gives us a choice, doesn't he? I mean, a choice to use our gifts wisely or foolishly.
I suppose it's my fault, is it?
It doesn't matter if he's in character or not. The second Rowan Atkinson enters a room, nobody can
avoid this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one.